Hey guys, how are you? I'm trying to look up so I can see comments there. There. And let me drop this down a little bit. Get comfortable here. All right. Hello. How are you guys doing? Trying to make it so I can see the comments. Let me go. All right. Hello. Let me mute this. Yes, we're going. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Don't mind my voice. It comes and goes. I don't know what's up. I'm calling it allergy season. That's what it's going to be. It's allergy season. So it is, we're past, Mother's Day, Christmas, all of the spring seasons, and we're moving into summer. And so it's kind of a strange year. We're not huge decorators. Thank you for the loves. We're not huge decorators around things like, 4th of July, you can do the banners and whatnot. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something different. And I have this picture. I've got a gallery wall that I want to start. And I was like, you know what? I should do that gallery wall while I'm in our booth. So I was like, you know what? This is going to be a fun little project. So I'm going to work on gallery walls with travels and, all the things. So kind of stepping out my comfort zone a little bit, but I think it's going to be fun and I'm going to like it. Now, the hard part is trying to get, sometimes it takes me a long time to work through my inspiration. So, do I want to use, I had a transfer, I was going to use it, and I was like, do I want to use this, or do I want to use, now this is the Rose Trois stamp, which I love. So I do like that, but then I picked up these velveteen stamps, and I haven't used them, and of course it's iodine. So, I don't know. I had mixed ideas about this. Sorry, I spit my tongue. I had mixed ideas about all of this because I kind of wanted to use, I have some really cool chalk transfers, so I kind of wanted to use that. But then after looking at these, I love anything that's got, like the damask. And so this one has a lot of cute little things, so I might go with this one. This is one you get a set of 4 in here. I think that's the one that's on the very front. And then there's this one. And this one. This one has, it's got a crown. And gosh, they're all so cute. Now, I tried to get everything here so that I didn't have to get up and walk away. But I did forget to get my sandpaper. So I'm going to have to run and do that. But I think I'm going to use these two that have the little elements that you can break apart. So let me grab that here. So these have the elements that you can pull apart and you can use them as is, or just, like have your stamp there, like use it all on one, or pull them apart, use them individually. I haven't ever used this, so I am going to need to sand these down a little bit. And you don't have to do it a whole lot, but I do like to give it a good sand. I did find a setup so that I can not have the camera attached to my table while I'm shaking it around, so you guys won't get seasick. I'm just taking a baby wipe and wiping that off because I don't want all of that sawdust and whatnot popping up. Let's see here. So let's just wipe all of that down. Put the block down a little bit. I don't know if it has, it just says velveteen, so it doesn't give particulars. One thing I like to do is these clear pieces that you pull off, I like to use them for my brayer. I'm going to go through, and the reason why you have to sand it is because the paint won't stick otherwise. I am not a stockist. I wish I were, but I'm not. Again, I probably shouldn't have got that wet, but I did. Trigger off the bed. We got a German short hair pointer that loves to get up on our bed. I can make the bed and he'll get up there and mess it up. It doesn't matter. You hear that? Yep, that was him. You're busted, buddy. You are busted. What you doing? What you doing? Come on. Up. This is Trigger. Yeah, you're busted. All right. Who's here? Go see who's here. Who's here? Outside, outside. I created that mess, didn't I? Outside. So training whenever the little Percy outside, the little guy doesn't do it, but Trigger will go out and just bark up a storm. All right, let's see if I can get this open. Sorry guys, I completely got that started. I just thought about getting them the heck out of here, not getting everything started. Good boy, come on. All right. What a mess. This is a concoction of several different paints. It's got, I couldn't even tell you. I called it mason jar because it kind of reminded me of one of the old mason jars that I had come across. I think Mom gave it to me. That was originally over at Nanny's. So that's what I called it. And this is an old cheese knife. So I've already painted this. I did like a dark royal blue. I'm glad I picked that up because the hanger, I'll do it backwards if I'm not careful. This is kind of like a royal blue. I went back with some different blues just to kind of give it some color. If you haven't seen her biography, go check it out. So good. I did the one that was in her native tongue and not the one that, there's an actress. I need to go back and watch that one too. Richard likes that lady too. I can't think of her name. Thank you for all the loves. She played with Antonio Banderas. I think she was married to Michael Douglas. I can't think of her name. I know. What did I do? I got the guys going. They got going. So I want to say Flora, but I don't think that's her name. So I have the brayer going. This has all these cute little elements. So I'm going to pull these guys off first of all, and the little crown. And I'm going to just, actually, I think I'm going to leave these on there. I'll put them back. Put them back, put them back. The neighbors are getting some trees trimmed. I don't know if you can hear that. So we'll see. I've seen a lot of people use the brayer. They'll take like a sponge or a paintbrush and they'll use the brayer itself to hold it still. You have to be very careful how much paint you get because otherwise you'll have too much on there and you'll lose your details. It has rained a lot. It has been, there was one of the years that I got a pool. I'm crazy about swimming pools. I'm not very good at, I do something with the chemicals. And so it takes me all weekend to get it ready to swim. And then by that time, I get an afternoon in it and I have to go back to work. But it is raining like that last day. For the last, I think it was May, almost 10 years ago. Maybe not quite that long. Oh, no, you guys, no. I'm going to have to change that hanger. I did it upside down. I did it upside down. So I have to change my hanger around. So, I don't know if you can see that very well. It's a nice little, just a highlight. A little bit of the highlights. And then I have the crown. And I'm going to place the crown separately where I would like it. So I'm going to try not to smudge it. Hi, Bill. I hope you're doing better. That is the worst to spend your time in the hospital. That's the last, well, not the last place you want to be, but it is not a place you want to be. So I just added those two crowns up here. I don't know why I'm not seeing comments. I can't see the comments. My phone is too far away. Yeah, and I can't see it. I'm so sorry. I can't see the comments. My phone is... Oh, there it is. There it is. Maybe it's when I mute. There it is. Okay. There, I've seen it. All right, so you're going to want to mute me. I'm going to dry this real quick. I changed my table around. I had my craft table and I had legs that would go up and down and kind of like, yes, Richard, I'm using my hands. They would go up, down, all the things, and when you would lean on it, it was not stable. Where'd that crown go? And so it was kind of rickety. It was wobbly. And so I took the tabletop off of my craft table and put it on the legs to the table that raises up and down. Haha. And so now it's perfect. At first it was a little chintzy, but I finally yesterday leaned on it and it got a little wobbly and I was like, forget it. I'm fixing this. I am not going to keep dealing with this mess. I think I've slid a little bit with this. I think it's sliding around on me. But it's going to be the background, and some of this, unfortunately, you're not even going to see. So there's that part of it. Let's see. Do I want this to go up here? This is where it gets a little sketchy. I'm just going back all around and stamping this design haphazardly. So that I can kind of get my pattern going here. And I'm sure there's, oh fiddle, I'm sure there's a better way of laying this out, but I'm just going with it. So we've got our little patterns there. I don't like that one. So I'm going to take my rag and I'm wiping that off. You have to be careful not to wipe it too much. This background has cured. It sat here for a little bit because I knew I wanted to go live with this detail, with this little project. So it has sat for a little bit. And I'm kind of doing shades of the same. So let me put this one off. I think I'm finished with this one for now. Now let me find this one. I just love this. Now I've got to do something about my rickety chair. My squeaky chair. I'll put one of the cute little birds on each side. So I'm just adding elements as we go. And so it kind of matches. I think this one's going to overlap. It's just going to have to, because I can't handle that space being blank without something matching it. It's not symmetrical. Nice. Much better. Much better. As you guys can see, I get into my work, I start peering down in there. Alright, let's see, what do you want to do? I have this little element here. I think I'm going to add that on each side. Ooh, I got a little much on that one. So maybe you can see it a little better. I've taped this off because I'm going to go back after I get my pattern on here. I'm going to go back in And to paint the wooden frame, I'm going to paint it gold. I figure it kind of goes with the theme. I did not, oh man, that just twisted. I did not measure. I am eyeballing it. I'm trying to do a damask pattern. No, outside, outside. I didn't do it that time. He is the guard dog. He's a good one. He will hear everything. Poor little puppers, not so much. That little guy is not hearing things anymore. He just does not. That's sad. He'll hear some things, but not everything. His hearing's kind of going. He is 15 though, so we're lucky. He's pretty much good otherwise. I'm going to have to give him a bath. He's got allergies. Poor little guy. Now, if you have a big pattern or a couple of these velveteen stamps that you can bundle up, that would be ideal. Let's see here. I need something. Here's where we're at so far. I need something up here. I think we're going to do this one. I take an old toothbrush and I use my toothbrush to clean all these little nooks and crannies out. Do like this. Because some of these stamps, I have a little much in a couple of areas, so it got down into the crevices. I didn't realize how much I've missed going live. Hopefully little Peanut is watching. He's going to be like, you got my roller, Oma. This is an IOD roller. You can pick them up, you know, Hobby Lobby or whatever. Not the IOD brand, but you can get a similar type. And he uses it for his Play-Doh. I don't like that. That's too bulky. He uses it for his Play-Doh. And so I keep it in his little bureau over there with all of his toys. I think I'm going to put a couple of crowns. C-R-O-W-N-S, not crayons, crowns. And a couple little touches here and there. It's not perfect, but it will work. And I hope, okay. Thank you, thank you. Superman. I have to click on the screen to see the comments. Strange. I'm filling, basically just filling space right now. I'm hoping some of these cute little, maybe I could do it like this. I'm hoping you'll see some of these cute little elements. Oh yeah, that looks much easier. I got a lot of crowns there. I'll do one more. Over here. No. Over here. Now it's going to be the interesting part. I have to decoupage her on this. You don't realize how much you shake the table up until you're shaking the table. And it starts wobbling. I built the overhead kind of which has helped me build a few things. The other day I built, well, a couple of weeks ago, I built one that it just kind of comes over. It's like an arm. And I didn't like it because it would shake. I think I'm going to need some more paint. Anytime I did anything, it started shaking. So if I had to sand, that part would shake. I'm gonna have to make one of these for our picture wall. If you see me, you think I'm just all black and white. But I've got a yellow, and I started to do the background of this yellow. But I've got a yellow bedspread that's got yellows and blues, and it kind of reminds me of Caribbean, and I just love all the colors. Something has changed. I like the color. The big yellows, the big pops of the color. Okay, I'm going to do something down here. There's not a lot of room there. So if you see that, there's not a lot of room. Let's see what I've got. That is not usually messy like that. Not so messy. So I put, even though this doesn't have, I think Oliver flowers, it's got a little bit of everything. Let's go with this. Also, outside, take it outside. Trigger outside. Go outside. Outside. Okay, let me get a little more ink. Careful not to drip. I don't know how I made it so long without stamping. This is going to go down at the bottom, so I'm going to make sure it's at the very bottom of my clear. Did you guys hear that squeaking? I hope you don't hear that squeaking. It is my stool. Nice. And there she is. Now, let's wipe this down. Now you could spray paint this. But I'm not going to. I'm going to try the gilding wax. I have gilding wax and I have this folk art gold. So I'm going to go with one of those two. So excited. I like it. It's so cute. So cute. Okay, let me show you the. Don't know if you can see it so good. So cute, so cute. It's wet. It's a little wet, but so I can either do that, which now that I've done that, I can't very well go back with this, can I? I've never used this. Stir before use. This says you have to prep, which I did not. I kind of like this gold a little better, but I did not prep my picture, so I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going in with this folk art gold. I need a playlist with some music. That's what I need. I don't know if you can see that gold. I don't know if you can tell the big difference on camera. It is shiny. You can see a little bit of a difference. I can't put tape down and do the insides yet. I don't want this to peel up. Oh, I almost got it on the print. We checked our passports today. Rich had asked about it. And I'm a little sad to say I don't have any stamps on my passport. I'm going to have to make that happen. Looking at I went on to Etsy and I was looking at the different prints and all the colors. And, you know, you've got Italy and all the places. And just, I love architecture. Love. I just love looking at buildings. I love drawing along them. I like thinking about the lines and when you go under a bridge and it's the symmetry of it. Oh, just beautiful. So I'm going to have to start going some places. My Aunt Faye, she was quite the traveler. And Miss Ricole Backdorf, she's a traveler. So I'm hoping it looks a lot better once I get the interior, the insides of the frame. But it's shiny gold. Again, I'm going to have to fix the hanger. I put the hanger on before I made my artwork. And I'm going to set this to the side to dry real quick. And while that's happening, I'm going to cut her out. I was kind of on the fence. I didn't know if I should cut the outline or not. You can see the humidity's gotten to her. But now I'm glad that I did the background that I did. And I think it's gonna look good. Sorry you guys, got an itch. Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see this finished project. When you make the same thing over and over, you begin to feel like a factory. And so you kind of like lose your excitement. So it's good to make something new. I am on a live. Is everything okay?
Seeing if you wanted any food.
No, thank you. No. I had cereal. Cereal, my go-to. This part's tedious. Let's see, I can't see. Yes, new. This is going to be new. I'm going to have to make one of these for the house. I don't know why I can't remember her name. I want to call her Flora, and I don't think I don't think that's the name. I'm not good with names. Kind of some things I am, like I said the other day, I should have went into casting or something with movies because I'm pretty good at remembering movies. Should that was an odd angle. Now you could probably cheat with this and just print out a picture. I bought this picture on Etsy. It was in a bundle of art. And I had a couple of her pictures in there. I need to go in there and look at that actually before I buy anything else on Etsy. My cart has like 4 things of different art. But you could probably just take her picture and go in with the IOD transfers and do it that way. And that would be easier than cutting everything out like this because it is. Sanding, I don't like sanding, and I'm realizing that this little tedious cutting, that's why with the ornaments, which we got to get those out. Last year after Christmas, me and Mom and Richard sat down and we started packaging our ornaments and cutting the backers. Turn on movie, and that's what you do. I'll tell him hi whenever he gets out. He's in the office. How's your day going, Richard? Are you guys super busy? Are you slammed? From what I hear, I don't know what's going on. If everybody's just like, I don't know what the deal is, but it's like sales have stopped. I've got, well, I think Gail and Leslie mentioned it. I'll have to go back. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm horrible at Facebook. I try and check all the notifications, but I don't like to be on there for long. But I've got a star, and I needed help fixing the background. I figured it was probably super slow because you had a chance to watch. So there's one of the backgrounds that's USA, and I thought I was going to have to fix a cutout, but I actually don't. That's looking back into the pictures. The file I bought that cutout is supposed to be there because it's the star. So there's like a little corner of a star. So I'll get those done. Maybe that'll be my next live. That feels pretty dry. Interesting. It's pretty quick. I do have that star. I'm gonna do a couple, 3 or 4 of those, and then on to the next. Here is the liquid patina. Everybody talks about liquid patina. I could see why people would want to just kind of make things and not go live, because you can record it, and for the viewer, you get to all of this little stuff is fast forwarded. So I get the gist and why people prefer that. I can edit it. I'll download and edit and put this on the YouTube channel, the Painted Oma. But I can't record things without being live. You guys think I ramble now? Yeah, you think I ramble now? Try getting me to record. I tried to do an introduction to a video because I was going to go on YouTube instead of Facebook. I did that introduction probably 7 times. I ended up making myself sick from it. I got so nervous and so wound up. I was literally sick. I had to go to bed. My head was thumping. And all it was is like, hey you guys, tonight we're going to paint a frame, some kind of retro cool artwork for your gallery wall. If this is something that you like, hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions about anything, just leave me a comment. I mean, that's all it was. I could not get that out. I kept flubbing it up, tongue-tied. I mean, I know that there's not thousands and hundreds of people watching me now, but for some reason, that introduction got me. Ooh, I did not get that spot. The intro got me. I couldn't do it. I'm excited about. I might have to take this picture to work. I don't have any artwork in my cubicle. I said I was going to upload pictures on the Miss Charlie. She was very sweet and gave me a picture frame, one of the digital ones, so you upload all your pictures from your phone, which I should have done that. I just unloaded my phone. I should have done that ahead of time. So I was like, oh, I can take pictures of the family and put them on there. I'm excited. And then I didn't do it. I don't know why. What you doing, puppers? What you doing, little Persilius? This guy under here, he's the 15-year-old. I'm having to do this in bits because this edge over here is wet. I don't want to mess it up. You hear that creaking? Oh. Girl. That's what it sounds like. Hey, girl. Alright, so I'll go back in after the fact and touch up those edges. Let's stick this down in here. Hopefully it doesn't dry in there. This way you guys won't have to watch the paint dry. I've got this little edge here and this edge. And then I'm going to go around the outer edge and fix that. Let me get this liquid patina. I think it's supposed to be allow paint to dry 24 hours. Make sure it's set. Pour a small amount onto your dry surface. use a rag, sponge, or paintbrush to apply an even coat to the entire surface. Work in small sections to avoid patchy finish. Apply second coat to minimize brush strokes. Use as a glue and sealer for decoupage products. Watch my video on how to use liquid patina as a medium. I haven't opened this in a long time. I bought this. I'm not lying. I bought this because everybody had to have the liquid patina. And I didn't use liquid patina. I was still the same old, whatever that stuff is, Mod Podge. I just used the same old Mod Podge. Didn't matter. I'm like, there might be something to this liquid patina. It's a learning process, I'll say that. Alright, let's find a brush. I have a big brush, cup of brushes. Then I have my favorites. I do like natural bristle brushes. I like cosmetic brushes. I went through a phase where I watched all makeup videos, tutorials, and I had all the makeup and all the brushes, the whole set. And then after moving back here from Washington, I was just like, kind of stepped away. I was busy, of course. And big Mod Podge girls, that's right. So I got really busy, and I think the commute to Chattanooga, not blaming anything, but I think that had a lot to do with it. In the mornings, you know, you have to spend that travel time, and I like my sleep. So I was like, see if it picks up. Sorry guys, slight interruption. Anyway, I was just rambling, doing my normal rambling. But I think I stepped away. I don't even think it was a conscious thing. I just think that, you know, in the mornings, it's a get up and go. I just minimalized. I had to throw together my makeup. I got things to do. I've got to get over there. There were other things that took over. And that's good. It's all fine and dandy. So that's where it kind of ended up. And then also, I don't know if you've noticed, but as you age, your body changes, your face changes. And so that was a big part of it too. Your taste change. And so, you know, when you initially liked, oh, I have tequila sunrise. That was one of the looks that I said that I did. I did a tequila sunrise. It was super cute. It had like the orange. You guys are not going to care about this, but it had like orange and it had the red and it just kind of flowed and it had some gold in it. That was my eyeshadow. Now, it didn't look flamboyant. It did look, I felt like it looked tasteful. But, you know, as you get older, you have these wrinkles and just the different things. And so, tequila sunrise no more. I like my tequila sunrise in a cup. Let's do that. Tequila sunrise in the cup. You put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up. You put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up. You can tell I was getting jiggy with it. You could hear that chair squeaking. You put the lime in the coconut. So I got off on a tangent because this is one of the old makeup brushes that I had that I've turned into paint brushes. Now another disclosure. I have my Styla. I have my expensive makeup brushes. They don't see this paint. So not everything is being repurposed in that sense. But I know that some people pay probably the same or more as what I did for those, for art brushes. So it's whatever you would like to do. I think she might be going a little downhill. Just a little. Excuse me. All right, there is a little bit of a wrinkle there, and I think part of it is because I've just got so much. Oh, that thing squeak, squeak, squeak. Because I've got so much on here. These two. You're supposed to be able to take some saran wrap. Can't get this on. Saran wrap. You're supposed to be able to take the saran wrap and like smush it, rub it down, and get all of those crinkles out. All the wrinkles. I need to try my squeegee. Squeegee. All right, so that hasn't dried yet. The Mod Podge hasn't dried, so you can still see the Mod Podge on there. You're going to want to mute me. I'm going to hit this with a hairdryer. All right, so you can see there's a little flap right here that came loose, which it's fine. This is just the beginning. I've got a spot over here. Everything's backwards. Yep, so there's a little spot down here that I'm going to have to touch up with the blue. But you guys, I am loving this. All right. It is hot, hot, hot. I'll tell you, for me to like this, for me to have not even known and read the instructions, I have 2 jars of this. Two. So there are some areas here that You're kind of lifting. You have to be careful because you will tear it, because this is just paper. And it will tear. You get the line. I've got that song in my head. Do, 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 do. Right, I'm going to let her dry. I'm going to like really let her dry though, not hit her with the steam. I will need this. And if you're doing something like this, you are going to want to get your stamps and whatnot to the sink straight away. Let me touch this up down here. All right. Now the back is not gold, but it will be. I want to see if I can't match this gold on a test piece. But if I can't, I'll just paint the whole back this gold. I can't do it just yet because I've got to pull this. You guys see, I knew I was going to do that too. I even checked it at the very beginning when we started and said I've got to remember to work on this the correct way. All right. Look at her, beautiful. Okay, look it. It's all done. You can see the gold loveliness. I like it. I like it. The back. Let me see if I can come closer. Come a little closer. Ooh. So look at, you can see the different elements. Like here's some crown. And I know that it's got a straight line there, but it's okay. So there's like a wrinkle here, but when I go back and a wrinkle here, when I go back, I'll be able to push that out. But I don't want to manipulate it too much just yet, because if I do, thank you. If I do, it's going to tear, and I don't want it to tear. At this point, I will be able to go back later and push that out. But look, you see the crowns, which there's one there. And then these cute little, I wish those would have been able to stick out a little more, but they didn't. But it is, I love the background. You guys, I can't quit looking at this. Anyway, this is what we made today, and I hope you guys like it. I'm so excited. And you have a great evening, and stay tuned because there'll be much more to come. I thank you so much for watching and viewing if on the replay. I missed you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. Have a great evening.